Independent rapper reveals how much he spends on marketing by Hello Yasin. You know, once you sign to the label, you sign to the big, huge machine. Drake exposed it, even Young Thug exposed it. Like, yo, we about to make Gunna #1 with DS Forever over the weekend. Over the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like, Gunna over the weekend. Like, come on, bro. That sounds crazy. It happened, though. It happened. The game's rigged, bro. Everybody knows the game's rigged. It's a game of steroids. Everybody's on steroids now. So especially for independent artists, you kind of fucked, gang. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You better be like that guy doing his dance over and over and over and over and over again, gang. Just keeps on doing that on Instagram. I'm like, alright, bro. You know what I'm saying? Do it every day, B. Do it every day. That's how you know, independent artists like gets big. You know what I'm saying?
It takes millions to become a successful artist. Even more when you're independent and spending your own paper. This is not easy or cheap. This is just 90 days of advertising on one platform to make sure our art is seen, heard, and felt globally. This doesn't include seeding, clipping, YouTube, Spotify campaigns, etc. If you're competing against the machine,
you see how much labels do. You see this independent artist. See how much labels do. Labels do all this. You do sign your soul away, but labels do all this for you, yo. All of this, and people say, man, fuck my label, man. They ain't letting me release, bro. You're not hot. They're not trying to run a deficit. The numbers don't make sense for the label, so they're not about to. Man, fuck that. Like, labels do all this, bro.
You have to build your own machine. The reason I've been able to get as big as some major artists is because I treat and invest in myself like a major artist. This is why it's important to buy direct and support your favorite artists outside of streaming, especially if they are independent. And then he shows how much he spent on ads in the past 90 days.
120 bands on 64 ads. People only do ads through 2 companies. They pretty much kind of got a monopoly on this. Google, or Alphabet or whatever, Google, and Meta. Because Meta is Facebook, Instagram, all that shit, man. And nobody running ads on Twitter. Stop playing. He's definitely making more than that. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely making way more than that, because it had to make sense number-wise. As an independent artist, you got to kind of think of like a label. They're not just throwing money at something and then just not making it make sense. It has to make sense number-wise.
And I think this is just Facebook/Instagram. That's what it looks like. It looks like the ads manager there. And it was $120,000 in the last 90 days. So he's running 64 different ads, or 64 different, what do you call that? Variations, ad sets. I haven't been in that side of that side of things for a very, very, very long time. But yeah, you see the views, 19.5 million, the reach.
I've never been on that side, but I just kind of know it. You know what I'm saying? It's just
4 million. The link clicks, nearly 500,000, and the post engagement 5 million. And this spurred 100%. A ton of people to say a bunch of different things, and also people that have no idea what the hell they're talking about. But first, I'm gonna go through LaRussell's tweets, and then we're gonna get into Twitter. My thoughts on the whole thing. And then someone says 120K on ads is crazy AF, though at some point you'll be needing to spend less and less as your fan base grows and grows. He says, depends on how much you want your brand to grow. You want to sell 100 tickets or 100,000? You spend based on the goal. I want to be the biggest ever. And someone,
he wants to be like, that is Lil Russell. He wants to be like, yo, that is like how I said, like, yo, that's Yeet. That's Yeet. He wants to be like, yo, that's Lil Russell. Facts. Oh, Lil Russell's headlining this? Oh, that's crazy. He want to be like that type. Oh, Yeet headlining this? Oh, Ken Carson headlining this? Oh, that's A$AP Rocky. Oh, that's, you know what I'm saying?
He says, you making profit off that? And he says, plenty. Well,
must
he
be
better be at least
independently.
breaking even. You can't spend money like that.
Maybe Chance the Rapper too, right? Because Chance the Rapper was independent. That's Chance the Rapper. Chance the Rapper was like that too.
And not break even, or else the ads are going to stop. Don't listen to advice from unsuccessful people in the comments. I think this is one of the most important things this guy said. The worst thing you can do is be deterred by someone who ain't ever been in the game. Let them spectate and scream from the bleachers. That's all they can do. It was people in the bleachers booing Michael Jordan. And then the most important part of all of this is ads only work if the product is desired. Ads help me spread the word. Great product is what grew my base and my brand. You can't advertise your way to success. You have to have something people want. I only run ads behind posts that are already having organic success. If 1 million people love it, then so will 10 million if they have the chance to see it. Off rip, a lot of people were surprised with the amount of money, unaware that the majority of artists that you are consistently seeing, especially the mainstream ones, you think their labels are not paying to have them posted, and they're not paying this amount of money on a 90-day basis or a quarterly basis? Yes, they are. Maybe even more than that.
More.
Like, you guys remember when you were seeing Lil Durk everywhere, or when you were seeing Jack Harlow everywhere? You think everyone was just posting Jack Harlow just cause?
Label probably spending millions, let alone 100K. They're spending millions, so you see Jack Harlow all the time, everywhere, literally everywhere.
There is a bit of a trickle-down effect, or you could say a trickle-up effect, depending. But those guys, they were spending at least $250,000. How do you think an artist gets popping? This is the funny thing, too. Like, everyone thinks, oh, man, like, that artist is just lit. That's why everybody's posting them. But then when an artist that they like is not being spread and getting bigger, they're like, yo, the label's not spending on marketing. So what marketing would the label spend on if you think the lit artists get posted for free and the non-lit artists are not being pushed by their label? Do you see how it's like a little bit of dissonance right there? There's a little bit of a paradox, a little bit of a contradiction you're holding in your head. And this is also a very good example of why
none of it's organic, gang. I ain't going to cap, bro. None of it, bro.
Artists, like, some people are, yo, why doesn't an artist just do everything? Dog, this is why artists have managers, especially if they're independent. It's usually the manager's more of a business partner in that case in handling so much of this, because the fact that this guy's able to wear all of these hats is very, very impressive. And he's also tested and experimented with a ton of models. And by models, we're talking about like revenue models. For instance, a lot of artists now, especially underground artists, people that are coming up, the model is, okay, get lit, get a couple of poppin' songs, maybe consistently release, you have a good amount of monthly listeners, you're making your bread off of streams, and you're cooling. And that's one way to do it, but there are other ways to do it, because La Russell, for instance, he doesn't have a million monthly listeners. He has like 500,000 monthly listeners, which is not a crazy amount. So how is he able to not only...
Yeah, that's not a crazy amount. That's crazy, but that's not a crazy amount. You know what I'm saying? Like, today's standards, what's that, 2,000-3,000 on Spotify? But he spends 120,000 on Meta ads. It's like, so he's not making that much off of the music like that. He's making a lot off something else. Probably merch, tour, you know what I'm saying? He's making a lot on somewhere else. Not on that side though, gang. I can't ever cat.
Spend this money on ads means he's making a lot
that's
more
only
money.
One platform.
But even when he was
Apple,
smaller,
Pandora,
when he had maybe 100
YouTube,
to 200,000, he was doing a bunch of different things. So one of the things that he got very popular for, the people that knew him at least, is I believe he's based out of the Bay Area, Vallejo. So he would do shows at his own home, and he would allow fans to pay it was like a pay what you can model, where, hey, look, I'm throwing a show, pay what you can, pay what you like. If you enjoyed the show, pay me more money. Like, some people would pay
real independent shit. Chance never did that. Chance was not independent, gang. There's no way. Chance was not independent. He had some backing. You have to have some backing for what Chance Rapper did. I can't cap.
Pay 10. Some people would pay 50, and some people would pay 100. I think it was starting at $1, and that ended up like making him some bread.
Fire.
And he became known for this. And the reason why I think this is so special is because he's looking for alternative models and alternative paths than what everyone else is exploring or doing. And that's also why being an artist or just being...
But he has to, because he's independent, you know what I'm saying? He has to look for alternative paths because you're independent. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what Bridges has got that he can spend 120K on ads. He's not Spotify. Spotify is not giving bread like that. I think Taylor Swift was like suing the streaming platforms because they was not giving money like that. Like, the rates are so low. I'm making less than a penny on one stream. For 500K monthly listeners, he's probably making $2,000. But he spent 120K. So he got to be making money somewhere, and it's probably not from the shows like, yo, pay whatever you can. It's not from that, bro. You're not clocking that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Probably from other shows. I don't know how he's getting that money, but shout out him for making a different method, because you have to as an independent artist. You have to do that. There ain't no chilling. There ain't no, oh, I'm just gonna be an artist. No, unless you want to sign to a label, yeah, you could be an artist. But then the label own your art. They own your masters. They own this. They own that. It's like, if you want to own your art and just be an artist, why'd you sign to us? Why'd you sign to us? Why didn't you saw the contract? You read it? Then she probably didn't read it. You had your lawyers read it, which are our lawyers, which actually work for us on certain different other cases too. You gotta watch out for them lawyers, bro, because they work for the labels too, and they care about that connection more than they care about you, because you know what I'm saying, that they know that the labels will stay there for probably a century, versus you could be going in like 5 years, my guy. Like, I ain't gonna lie, not been 5 years, 5 months. Let's be real, bro. Very fickle, this game. I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. But shout out Lil Russell, man. Shout out Lil Russell. He's figured something out. Hopefully there'll be a day where it's like, yo, that's Lil Russell. Cause I don't even know a song from him. I can't even cap. I seen him on Instagram. I seen him probably through the Meta ad. Them bitches working. Them bitches working. But it doesn't stick. It's social media, so I'm just scrolling, like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm out, like, subscribe to Yasin for I wouldn't even seen this because I don't really know him like that. I don't really know Lil Russell like that. So shout out Hello Yasin, and yeah, man. Catch y'all later, bro.